Imagine waking up one morning in Paris, Rome, Berlin, or Madrid and realizing something feels different. The streets are calm, almost too calm. Schools have more empty desks than students. Hospitals are full, but playgrounds are silent. Shops open late because they cannot find workers. Entire neighborhoods feel like they are aging in real time. This isn't a movie. This isn't a prediction. This is Europe's demographic winter, the quiet crisis that will reshape global power, global markets, and the future of the world as we know it. Europe is now facing one of the most severe population declines in modern history. Birth rates across the continent have fallen far below the replacement level. Most countries sit between 1.2 and 1.6 children per woman, a number so low that entire nations are shrinking faster than anyone expected. This collapse isn't happening suddenly. It has been building for decades. But its impact is now becoming visible everywhere, in the economy, in politics, in military strength, and in global influence. Europe once thrived because of a young population. After World War II, the baby boom created a huge workforce. That generation powered industry, technology, business, innovation, and culture. They built the modern Europe we know today. But society changed. More education, more career focus, higher living costs, late marriages, expensive housing. All these changes made raising families harder. Slowly, quietly, Europe started producing fewer children. Now the cycle has reached a breaking point. Today, more Europeans retire every year than young people enter the workforce. This means fewer workers to support massive pension systems, fewer taxpayers to fund hospitals, transport, infrastructure, and social services. This imbalance threatens Europe's entire economic model. Countries like Italy and Spain are already experiencing severe workforce shortages. Germany admits it needs millions of migrant workers just to avoid economic collapse. Even France, one of the more stable nations, is struggling to keep birth rates above critical levels. The aging crisis also impacts healthcare. Hospitals are overwhelmed with elderly patients. Doctors and nurses are in short supply. Many medical staff are themselves close to retirement. This creates slowdowns, long waiting lists, and increased national healthcare spending, a burden growing every year. An older population also means quieter economies. Older citizens consume less. They buy fewer cars, fewer homes, fewer gadgets, fewer clothes. This decreases demand for global exports. Countries that depend on Europe as a major market experience economic slowdown. Global trade patterns shift, affecting industries far beyond Europe's borders. But perhaps the most critical consequence is geopolitical. With fewer young citizens, Europe's military capacity shrinks. NATO members struggle to meet recruitment targets. Defense strength weakens even as global tensions rise. A continent that once shaped world politics now struggles to maintain influence. Diplomacy is tied to economic and military power, and both depend on population strength. Meanwhile, other nations rise. India has a massive young workforce. Nigeria will soon become one of the most populous countries in the world. Indonesia, Pakistan, the Philippines, and several Latin American countries enjoy strong youth populations. These young nations fuel innovation, labor, manufacturing, and global growth. Their share of global power increases naturally, because population is power. Europe knows this. Its first response has been immigration. Millions of foreign workers now keep Europe functioning. They work in hospitals, farms, factories, restaurants, transport, construction, and tech industries. Europe's future depends on migration more than ever before, but political divisions make long-term policy difficult. The second solution is automation. Robots fill production lines. AI manages office tasks. Self-checkout replaces store staff. Automation helps, but cannot replace innovation, creativity, or human ambition. Machines can perform tasks, but they cannot build societies. The third solution is family incentives. Cash bonuses for newborns, free childcare, tax cuts for parents, extended maternity leave. Countries like Sweden and Hungary offer generous programs. But results are limited because the cultural shift remains stronger than financial incentives. If Europe cannot solve this crisis, the global map will change dramatically. Economic power will continue shifting to younger regions. Manufacturing may relocate. Political alliances will shift toward emerging economies. New global leaders will rise based on population strength alone. Several possible futures exist. A Europe revitalized by immigration and multicultural integration. A Europe powered by automation, but economically smaller. Or a Europe that becomes older, quieter, slower, less influential than it has been for centuries. One truth is undeniable. Europe's demographic winter has begun. It will reshape global markets, international power, and world politics for decades. Population is destiny, and destiny is shifting quickly. Europe's story is still unfolding. Its choices today will define what remains of its influence tomorrow. But the decline has already started, silently rewriting the future of global power. This video is created for educational and informational purposes only. It is based on publicly available demographic and economic data. It does not promote political agendas, policy positions, or social judgments. All interpretations are general analysis intended for global audiences. Viewers should conduct their own research for deeper understanding.